Mostly sunny, high 67. Mostly clear Friday night, low 35. Saturday, areas of frost early, otherwise sunny with a high of 61. It's 76 degrees.
It's time for the Rebel Roundup on Z105 WRNZ FM. Live from the Old Bridge Grill at Old Bridge Golf Course, the Rebel Roundup is a weekly football show about Boyle County football with the coaching staff of the Rebels. Now, here's your host of Rebel Roundup, Steve Bertram.
Ben, thank you very much, and welcome to Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant, where they have a great menu. The Old Bridge favorites include the top of the list, the Old Bridge Burger. It's a half-pound juicy Angus beef burger. Par 3 burger, a little smaller, same thing, 5.3 ounces versus 8. Grilled ribeye sandwiches, grilled chicken breast, cod fillet, chicken salad, chicken tenders. Call ahead for carryout if you don't want to eat in. 859-236-1237. Got plenty of appetizers, pepper jack shots, French fries, hot wings, tater tots, banana pepper rings, onion rings, mozzarella sticks, mini corn dogs, battered mushrooms, pretzels and beer cheese. It's all right here at Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. You can eat in, you can eat out on the deck, or you can call ahead for carryout. Again, it's 859-236-1237. High school football tomorrow night. Boyle County is at Lexington Catholic. Kickoff at 7:30 right here on Z105. Somerset's at Danville at 7:30 on WHIR FM 103.9. Bell County's at Garrett County at 7:30 on the Golden Lines live stream at hometownlive.net. Also, Lincoln County is at Wayne County. Bourbon County's at Anderson County. Mercer County and Casey County have open dates. We're joined now by Boyle County head coach Justin Haddix, and Coach, seems like it's been a month since you played, but what do you bring? What's still with you with that win over North Hardin, 65-14, 2 weeks ago?
We moved on from that next day. We got on that film, and we moved on from that. Obviously, corrected some mistakes that we had. But it's something from that point on. We started working on Lexington Catholic and getting ready for this game. I think they're rated number 3 in 4A, and we're number 1. We've had to play them 4 times the last 2 years. They've got a new coach. They're doing some different stuff offensively and defensively. They played some quality people. I think I was looking today. They've averaging giving up like 9-something points a game. Really good defensively. They got a really good quarterback that can move and good receivers and make plays. So we started getting ready for them, and that's a big game. It's a district game, so we've got to be prepared and get ready.
There's a whole lot to be said for this game because it has to do with being at home in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, any of these games now, people don't used to. It was you played these non-district games and they got you ready for your district, and then you won your district, you got home games and you got all this. But now with the RPI, you've got to play really tough teams there to have a high rating. You got to win those games to have a high rating, and the 1 and 2 seed in the RPI got a chance. If you continue to win out, you're going to play a lower team, and then you're going to be at home the whole time. So the last 2 years, our away playoff game's been the state finals. We've had all those games at home. So, the away playoff game's been at Kroger Field. That's been our away game. And if you really look, the year prior to that, too, in 19. So you look 19, 20, 21, the only away game that Boyle County's played in the playoffs has been at Kroger Field. So it's important to win the district. It's important to win these games and have a high rating and be able to play at home.
Let's look at Catholic's schedule. They opened the year with a 27-21 win over a good 6A team in Ryle. I think that opened some eyes.
Yeah, they were, looking at that game, just seeing it was back and forth, kind of going with it, and you were anxious. Hey, first game, new coach, and Ryle's usually pretty tough and pretty physical, and they ended up pulling away on that one. I think 27-21 it looks like, and just trying to look at that. But the quarterback really showed up. That was his first start. Jackson Wasick, he's not a very big guy. He's 5'7", 150 pounds, but he has a great understanding of offense. He will run it. He's got some ability. He scrambled around looking to throw it, and a lot of times he scrambles around, somebody pops loose, and he goes. That broken play, that the dual threat quarterback really kind of drives you crazy as a defensive guy. So we've got to do a great job containing him.
He doesn't really want to run it, though.
They do some quarterback runs with him, and he's an adequate runner. I'm not going to say he's going to break a 50-yarder or he's going to do this, and he might on Friday night and break loose and go, but he is a good athlete and can do some things with the ball, and it keeps you honest.
New head coach, first year there, Bert Bathiani. He's got Catholic where they would like to be.
Yeah, I think so. Once you get those guys, he's got them playing harder. That's something, if you look and I watch it film and do this. And I was lucky enough, one of their games we played on Saturday, I was able to go to their Henry Clay game and watch it on the sideline. It was at Lexington Catholic. It was their bowl game. And we got to come in, and, they've got a great crowd. And we got to walk through and watch it. And there was a bunch of our guys there, too, just watching them and seeing what they're doing. And you could tell there was a little more excitement. The kids were playing, at a high level. They had a lot of confidence, and they just beat Ryle, and then they ended up beating another 6A school in Lexington, Henry Clay, 48-6. And I think we left in the third quarter. I think it was really kind of blown away. But number one guy just on the hoof, just looking at him. Number one's a really good receiver. He's their kicker. He was their kicker last year. He played receiver some against us. He didn't do a whole lot in the previous years, but he's their main weapon, and they do a great job getting him the ball. Quarterback's got a ton of confidence in him, and, when that quarterback and receiver got that together, it's just like Jagger and Cole Lanner last year. They got that little connection, it's tough to get the ball to him. So we've got to do a great job containing him, and they've got a really good running back too. What people don't see is Walker Hall is a big, thick, 5'10", 215-pounder. He gets downhill. He impressed me last year when we played him. Just kind of him playing and what he did. He's tough to tackle. Arm tackles aren't going to get him down, and we've got to do. They've got some weapons, and we've got to do a great job containing them.
Well, they started really running the ball when they played you all last year in the regular season. Or they started looking at Hall, I think, a lot closer.
16-10. We got down in the red zone and couldn't score, and Jackson Smith, I think, made 4 field goals that night. But that was frustrating. We turned the ball over. We didn't execute in the red zone. It was a frustrating game for me as the head coach and the offensive coordinator calling that. Defensively, I felt like we played pretty well. Obviously, still some things we could have did better. But, in this game, you can't turn the ball over. You can't give them great field position, and you got to be able to execute when you get in the red zone.
Boyle County has played Lexington Catholic unofficially 31 times. And Boyle County's won the last 9 times, giving them a 20-11 lead in the series. Again, that's unofficial. The last time Catholic beat Boyle County was October 14th in 2016. They beat the Rebels 38-7. Catholic went on to lose in the state quarterfinals. Boyle lost in the second round that year. Do your guys look at this game the same way that Lexington Catholic looks at you? Do you think?
I think so. Our guys don't like them. Our guys do not like, and I know they don't like us either. I said, you can get in some stuff, and they posted some videos of them in the workouts, and their workout was, they broke it down to beat Boyle, and they've got it on their board in their thing. Somebody posted a picture, and it had, 187 days to beat Boyle and something like this. So we know that, our guys don't like them. It's a district game. It's a great rivalry. It's fun, to be a part of. Obviously, we've been on the upper half here, but, we all know that they're a good football team. They're a quality team. They're going to make some plays, and we just hope we make more than them.
What have you done this week in practice?
Well, we've had our
basics.
It's always we've used extra reps. A lot of times there's only so many reps that you can get, and we've been able to really. We gave them last Friday off, but we got 3 extra days, and really 4 extra days because we used Monday also like a day. But our guys got to see that many more plays that day. Maybe out of a different thing. Where in a normal week they may see 150 plays in whatever we get to go against. Our defense may see them. I think they do. Thinking 60 usually on Tuesday. So they got 120. So we probably got double the plays. No, on a normal week we do 150. We probably got to see 300 plays. So that obviously your kids are getting to see that. They're getting to see the formations. Hey, this is what they like to run out of this formation. They're getting to see that a little more where we use really 2 full weeks on them.
I ask you this off air. Everybody, as far as your starters and everybody, come through this week in good shape? Yeah,
we're healthy as we can be. Everybody's got a few beats and bruises going on, but we are healthy, and our guys are excited to get a play. We did lighten up a little bit, not much. They know what it takes, and it takes what it takes to win. We've got to have quality reps. We've got to have a great look. Our scout team did a great job this week. Coach Ray's about the size of Lexington Catholic's quarterback, so that kind of got us. We got to be able to see that guy and get a great look of him running around and making things happen. So we should be prepared for them really offensively. We feel like we've had a great look, and then defensively, just kind of trying to see what they're going to do to us. That's something they've not really played a team that plays like us. So we're going to show up, and we're prepared for a lot.
After they beat Henry Clay by 7 touchdowns, they play Cub Cath. And Covington Catholic beat them 7-6. That's their only loss of the year. We want to talk about that and how they've recovered from that loss when we come back in 3 minutes on the Hometown Radio Network.
Big deals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hi, Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Hey everybody, this is Eddie Montgomery from Montgomery Gentry, and I want to invite all my friends and neighbors to come join the fun at Old Bridge Golf Club. From the best hamburgers you can eat to a golf course that's fun and hard to beat, we got it going on at Old Bridge.
And Eddie, I'll start my music career. Everybody can hear me sing just like John Daly out at Old Bridge.
Oh, no, Mike. No. Come on out and join us for golf, food, fellowship, and fun at Old Bridge, and I'll keep Mike from singing. Please, hurry.
Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. From 6-week certificates to 2- or 4-year degrees. There's an option for you. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school football this Friday night. We've got Danville hosting Somerset as they open up district play. 7:30 kickoff on 103.9 FM WHIR. Boyle County opens up district play as well. They're on the road at Lexington Catholic. 7:30 kickoff on Z105. Garrett County hosting Bell County. 7:30 kickoff on HometownLive.net. Mercer County is off this week. Saturday night, South Carolina at UK. 5:30 pregame. 7:30 kickoff on Z105.
And now back to the Rebel Roundup on Z105 WRNZ FM.
Steve Bertram here with Justin Haddix, head coach of the Boyle County Rebels. We're at Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant, where you can call ahead for carryout 859-236-1237. It's getting to be that time of the year where you want a pizza. Well, they've got 12-inch cheese, 12-inch pepperoni, 12-inch sausage pizzas. They've got shrimp and fish baskets, grilled cheese, hot dogs. And they've got salads. They've got quesadilla with chicken breast or steak, plus a grilled chicken wrap and a chicken bacon ranch wrap. It's all right here at Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. Again, call ahead for carryout 859-236-1237, or you can come in and eat and dine with them here in the restaurant or out on the patio, on the porch. Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. So Lexington Catholic comes off its first two games. Big win over Ryle, a rout over Henry Clay. Then they take on Covington Catholic, and without a doubt the best team they've played this year. And Covington Catholic beats them 7-6. Anything surprise you in that game?
Yeah, I thought. Yes, you got me. All right,
Let me turn you on.
Yeah, turn me on. Looking at that game, just seeing it, it was back and forth. They really did a great job of stopping Covington Catholic when they got in the red zone. Did a lot of good things, and really Covcast scored late on that game. It was 6-0 for a while, and then Covcast scored late on them to win. The offensive line coach at Covington Catholic's name's Greg Ryan, and he played with me at Western Kentucky. So I was able to talk to him, and, hey, what do you think? He said, man, they're playing hard. They do a great job. They do this. So just talked about the way that they played, because I was kind of confused of saying, well, but it's so hard to compare scores. When you compare, you can look at you can mark all this out, and we are going to get their best game. They are going to play us harder than they played against Ryle, Covington Catholic, Henry Clay, PRP, Lexington Christian, Tates Creek. Throw all that out. They're going to play harder against us. And then you mark all ours out too, because we're going to play harder against them. And that's what it comes down. It's a rivalry game. Really, realistically, the only rivalry I've known since I've been here. The Danville game is what it is. We're playing here, and obviously you want to win your thing, but this is a district game. This really means something, and this is what we want to keep playing at home, what we got to do.
How do you feel about the district this year? I think Anderson County and Bourbon County play tomorrow night.
Yeah. Usually it's worked out the past couple years I've been here. It's been us 1, 2, and Bourbon 3, and Anderson 4. I don't see, Bourbon's got some athletes, obviously scored a lot of points and done some things, so can't necessarily write them off. I know Anderson's still rebuilding, doing what they can do, but we'll kind of see how that score works out too. But I just focus on the Rebels and what we got to do. We've got to take care of business. We've got to come out and play the style of football that we like to play and be physical and get after them.
There's been some unreal high school football scores. You talked about Bourbon County. I think they got beat last week 63-62 or 62-61.
Yeah. One of my former assistants was the head coach at Knox Central. He used to talk about it, and it came down to a last-minute thing. They had to get a first down or something. It was wild. He said, we can't stop nobody. We can score. I think his kid ran the ball, 40-some times, his quarterback. He basically ran the single wing, ran it. So they're doing good, and it was just some of the scores that people put up are us scoring 65 like the week before. That's a lot of points to score in a ball game with running clocks and all going on. But defense, to do that, you got to have really good defense. And, if you're going to score a bunch of points, you got to have good defense or no defense at all and just score every time.
Does it surprise you, the scoring that we've seen this year?
It's just, playing defense is tough. Playing and offenses can, we can move and motion and you do all this and to cover all the stuff that you do, you got to be physical to play defense. You got to have it's a little different mentality. I love defensive players. I wish everybody, I'm looking at defensive linemen that maybe aren't this. I want them to play offensive line because they get off the football. It is an aggressive thing. I don't like the catching. We look at Dalton Stone could be the number one running back for a lot of people. And, he's a second running back for us. Avery Bodner. All those guys play defense too. Tavy plays defense. Sage plays defense. Our top 4 runners all start on the defensive side also. So you want that aggressive defensive mentality to play football, in my opinion.
I know you'd like to not have to play kids both ways, but some of them warrant it.
Oh yeah, I don't. We don't play anybody that shouldn't be over there. There's no that we shouldn't. If you look at them, they're the best ones at this position. They're the best ones over there, and our mentality is we're gonna play the best. And yes, you'd love to say I wish we had 30 of them. That could all. We started one guy both this way and one guy this, and I know Coach Burns, we could practice separate, and it's untelling what he'd draw up defensively to all the different blitzes and stunts and everything that we would do then. But we've got we've got tough, hard-nosed kids who love playing football and to play for each other, and they want to be on the field, and I like seeing them on the field.
Catholic's given up 87 yards a game rushing. You're averaging 236 yards a game running the football, and I think the way you ran it the last time out had to open some eyes for people.
Yeah, the last 2 games we've really ran the ball well. If you look at who you take the Henderson game out, we didn't run the ball real well there. We didn't play very well up front. But the Bowling Green and North Hardin game, those are games that we really dominated the line of scrimmage against those teams, and our backs ran well, our line blocked well. We made plays from that. The first guy didn't tackle us. Still made some plays in the passing game too, but we were dominant running the ball. And to win big games, you got to be able to run the ball. That's something that, and our guys, Coach Singleton and Coach Leffew's done a great job with our offensive line improving. We've challenged them, and they've responded, and we're going to continue. We challenge them every week.
Speaking of Henderson County, I thought they were a really good ball club, and I think they've shown it the last 3 weeks since you beat them.
Yeah, that's come out in some of our I was talking to their coach. He messaged me yesterday, actually, and kind of asking how we were doing, if so-and-so was out. He said he's had a couple guys get hurt, but they're playing really good football, and I expect them to win their district and play in that. I think so far from what we've played, they've been by far the best defensive line that we've played. And inside the box, probably the best 6 that we've seen about just getting to the ball and doing that.
When Catholic comes up to the line of scrimmage, are they going to look and try to find Tommy Ziesmer to see where he's lined up and have 2 or 3 plays called?
I hope they would. I hope they don't, but that would be the smart thing to do. That'd be the smart thing to do, to find Tommy. But if you find Tommy, then you look on the other side, and I know sometimes we take it for granted, but the other side, he's 6'5", 230 with big old long arms that hang down to his ankles, in Cooper Brummett. So are you going to go to this guy? He's 6'2", 6'3", 245, 50 pounds. Or are you going to go to this side, and he's 6'6", 230 with big long arms. Then in the middle, you got Austin Gorley, who's 300 pounds and 6'2", 6'3 in there. And Noah Clem's his backup playing in there too. So you look, we've got a lot of size in those front 3 that you have. And then you look at the length on the outside. You bring a Brock Driver, who's 6'2", 6'3", 205, 210 pounds. Gage Feltner's really stepped up for us. He's 6 foot, 175. And then Dalton Stone, Jace Crow in the middle. I'd say most people try to look and say they're going to go at number 44 when they look at his height and weight, but that ain't worked out good for him. He's been one of our leading tacklers. Jace is a football player. He's a great high school football player, and he loves it, and you're going to get 100% out of him. So I don't know where you attack us.
Gage Feltner, you bring that name up. He's a sophomore, filling in for the injured Cole Sims. And you hate to see somebody get hurt.
Yeah.
Somebody that has stepped into the spotlight and then all of a sudden gets an injury. But you've been able to play some kids to get some experience, and it's shown up here.
If you look at, Cole Sims, just talk about how tough of a kid he was. He got hurt in the game in Henderson and was hurt, jumped up and got missed the interception or something, kind of fell and hurt his shoulder. Well, he ends up picking a ball off later, plays through it, comes to practices on Sunday, practice on Monday, practiced on Tuesday. And, he said, well, Coach, my shoulder's hurting a little bit. Go, and he's got a fracture in his shoulder. So talk about how tough of a kid that he is and doing what he is. And then, we've lost him for the year, which he wants to be out there. He wants to be there. But just kind of talks about who we got that can step in. You're bringing another quality kid, Gage Feltner, a sophomore, really strong, transferred to us in the off season, works hard, new to the position, been more of a safety, a DB, and we put him at linebacker, so that's something new for him. But extremely hard worker, wants to learn, wants to get better, and a guy that Coach Arnett coaches our linebackers. He's coming in and meeting 20 minutes early. Coach, I want to watch film. I want to do this. I want to do this. And, those are things that's got him to where he is. And then we've moved Brock Driver around to kind of put positions here, to put them in better positions. And then you got a Christian McGlone, too, that can step in and play in any of those spots. So we've got some depth in our DB positions with Christian McGlone, Austin Bodner. All of our DBs there can really rotate around and play, and Keenan Stewart's another safety that plays. So we've got guys back there that we can move around and we can put our best 11 on the field.
Is this sophomore class you have turning out to be maybe a whole lot better than people thought they would be collectively?
I think you get in that weight room and you're seeing some of those guys flourish now. That they've been in that off season, been in the weight room, and you're seeing them now. They're getting their opportunity. Maybe they're behind some other people, and then obviously Tavy made the sophomore class a lot better. But coming there, so it's made. Our sophomores are stepping up, and they played a lot of football in JV, and we've got some guys right now that are sophomores that are playing just JV, and they're being our scout team players, and there's going to be some prizes there. I'll tell you one that I've talked about over and over is Josiah Richards. He broke a run today, and I said, oh gosh, get him kind of going, and obviously the first team defense got in trouble, but he made a big time run, and he's going to be a football player for us next year on one side of the ball, and he's going to come out of nowhere. Nobody's going to know who he is. He's going to get another year in the weight room, and he's going to be a monster.
You got Lyndon Smith, 6'2".
Oh yeah, Lyndon with extendo arms, we call him. He's got the longest arms, and he can be an outside linebacker, he can be a tight end, he can be a receiver, just a very good athlete. And he's one that's been tight end, and we're kind of looking at like, hey, where's our depth at tight end and who we got here? Then okay, well, we need some depth here. And he's a person, he can play Y, or he can go out and play this X position, which is where Will Alexander and Austin Bodner and where Cole Sims played. So we were able to move some guys around to get quality reps. And that's making them better and us better by their being the scout team. So they're having to go against our number one defense, and they're making plays. And we push them to be, hey, you're not making us any better if you just jog, and brother-in-law is what I call it. Take it easy on us. Quit brother-in-law each other. You gotta go play. You got to give us a look. If not, you don't make us no better. So that competitiveness, we try to make everything competitive because I think that makes you better. Iron sharpens iron.
We're going to be back with more and talk about Lexington Catholic coming up in 3 minutes on the Hometown Radio Network.
Good service is just as important as quality. And at B&L Jewelers, you get both competitive prices and exceptional service for every customer. Find the perfect bridal and engagement rings. Or better yet, B&L Jewelers will help you custom design your rings so that you can create something unique to express your love. We carry fine jewelry and watches, including Citizens and Bulova. Or we can special order whatever you need. We also buy gold and silver. And we offer 6-month layaway with no fees. We do all our jewelry repairs in-house. So So stop in today for a free jewelry cleaning and diamond inspection on the corner of Houstonville Road and Highway 150 in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. Online at bnljewelers.com. Find us on Facebook.
Car Express Wash invites you to save money and help our local charities every Saturday night from 7 p.m. until 10 p.m. through Halloween. They get 25% in tips. This Saturday, it's Car Express Wash donating to the Boyle County Marchers.
Hi, this is Jenny at Car Express Car Wash. I want to announce that we are doing Suds and Screams. This is the area's only for charity car wash. Come on out. It will be a scream. Don't drive dirty.
Car Express Wash. Don't drive dirty.
Danville Bypass, Big Blue Building.
Floodwaters in eastern Kentucky have destroyed homes and businesses, displaced families, devastated communities, and claimed the lives of our fellow Kentuckians. Radio and television stations across the Commonwealth have united as one voice to help our fellow Kentuckians in need. Please consider supporting the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund today. Simply go to kba.org and click the Donate Now button. This message of hope is provided by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
Saturday night.
Touchdown! Touchdown! Kentucky!
Coach Stoops and the Cats return home for an SEC East battle under the lights.
Let's go!
South Carolina Gamecocks and your Kentucky Wildcats.
The pregame show starts this Saturday evening at 5:30 with kickoff at 7:30.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats and the hits is WRNZ FM Z105.
At ADA Heating and Air, we are honored that you choose us every day for your HVAC needs. We proudly install American-built, American Standard products at the best possible prices. ADA and American Standard, built to a higher standard.
ADA's on the way.
Sleep Outfitters Upgrade and Save sale ends Monday. Upgrade your size and support and save up to $300 on all Sealy spring mattresses. Plus, upgrade to an adjustable set and get a $200 instant credit. Sleep Outfitters in Danville next to TJ Maxx.
And now back to the Rebel Roundup on Z105 WRNZ FM.
Steve Bertram with you live from Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. Call ahead for carryout, 859-236-1237. Or come in and have a meal right here in the restaurant. It's easy. Just come in, order, you get your food. Old Bridge Burger. It's a half pound of juicy Angus beef. Par 3 burger, same thing. Just 5.3 ounces. They've got grilled chicken breast sandwich, grilled ribeyes, cod fillet, chicken salad, home style, chicken tenders, appetizers, all you want. Call ahead for carryout, 859-236-1237. French fries, tater tots, onion rings, battered mushrooms, pretzels and beer cheese, pepper jack shots, hot wings, banana pepper rings, mozzarella sticks, mini corn dog stew. Again, call ahead for carryout at 859-236-1237. Boyle County 6-0. Lexington Catholic 5-1. District opener for both teams coming up tomorrow night in Lexington. Justin, what have you worked on this week in practice other than making yourself better at what you do?
Really, that's what we do every week. You know, that's something about making ourselves better. We're trying to prepare for what they're going to do to us defensively, trying to see how they're going to play us versus how they played others. And it's always a guessing game. It's something we talked off the air there. My first year here, we lined up to play. We practiced all week and going against this defense. We go up on Friday, and at 6:30, I'm seeing them warm up, and they're in a completely different defense. So we had to go back, and we're talking or doing a walkthrough and a talk with our offensive line about, hey, now they're doing this. We got to be able to adjust, and that's what we'll do. We'll do whatever we got to do to be successful, and just our guys executing at a high level, and it's going to be a great atmosphere. Those are things. These are the big games, and I said I light up and smile about it, and that's what I talked about our kids with. I said, these are the games that you enjoy playing in, because it's always the big crowd, all eyes are there. It's the game of the week. You know, you've got all these. There's going to be colleges there. There's going to be this there. You know, why wouldn't you want to go play good? Why wouldn't you want to go do stuff and give your best? So for your teammates and put on a show.
Let's talk about your defense. They've been pretty good this year. They've given up some points late in games. Does that concern you at all?
It concerns my wife sometimes. She said, "Why? Don't let them score. Don't let." But we're getting kids reps. You know, a lot of times when we are giving up some scores, it's got our 2s in there, 2s and 3s, and some guys that, you know, we're being smart about who's in the game late in the game when you're up. And obviously the expectations are the same. We want to play at a high level, but when you're going against somebody else's 1s versus our 2s and 3s, there's a reason.
The quarterback, Jackson Wasick, not a big guy, hit 67% of his passes, throwing for 230 yards a game. That's not shabby. I don't care what league you're in.
No, he's a very good player, and you know, it's one of those things. He plays a lot better than he looks, you know, just as far as if you look at him, like, well, what can that guy do? You know, he's not very big. He can't do this. And then he goes out and absolutely, he throws a great catchable ball. He throws the ball on time. He's got a great understanding of what they want to do offensively. And he gets the ball to the playmakers and lets them make plays. And you know, hats off to them. He's done a great job.
One of the best kickers in the state is Max DeGraff, but he's really come to light this year in receiving. 26 catches for 12 touchdowns, 758 yards.
He's been a big play guy, and you know, I've seen him do it against, you know, he did it against Cupcath. He's done it against PRP, who supposedly's got all these players, and doing this big 6A school out of Louisville, and I mean, he's running right by them, and they miss the coverage. Jackson, the Wasick kids hitting them, and they're making plays. They've got great chemistry with each other and making things happen.
Is he a guy that's got a lot of yards after catch?
He's usually catching it behind you. You know, you're not. He's not catching many. They'll do some things where they, you know, he's hitched to the sticks. If it's 3rd and 8, he's going to go get the first down and sit down and do that. But he's not the biggest guy to break a bunch of tackles, but he's going to run by you. If it hits his hands, he's going to catch it. So they do a good job getting him the ball.
What kind of gadget plays? I guess you checked on that kind of stuff and everything, but
yeah, when you look, they've always got, seems like guys that can throw and this, and obviously him being a kicker, I remember watching him last year. He had an onside kick that did not, you know, it was a surprise onside that he could kick that thing and it would like go right down you would never know until the ball was already kicked and it was right down their sideline. So obviously preparing for those type things. They're doing that. I'm sure they got halfback passes. They've got a double pass. I'm sure they got some reverses and all that. But it's just, that's our base stuff, what we got to defend. We've got rules set for a reason on defense and offense and special teams that we've got to follow.
You've got plenty of plays to run, or you hope you do anyway, but they've got to prepare for you too.
They do, and that's something. If you look, we do a lot of formations. We do a lot of plays that maybe you're on. Somebody else may say, golly, how in the world did they get all that done? You know, how do they do? And that's sometimes I see some of the coaches. I seen Coach Thompson at North Hardin, and before the game, he said, Coach, whatever happens, if we get beat out, I want to come watch you all practice to see how you get your kids to run all these things and do that. But I feel like it's simple, but we do have a game plan, and it's a lot of different things to get lined up to, and the way that we call it on the line of scrimmage, we can see what you're in to be able to make adjustments, and that gives our guys confidence that they're running a good play. You know, sometimes whenever you call a play out of a huddle and you go up and line up, well, the defense could be blitzing right into where you're, you know, 90% of the time, 99% of the time, we're calling a play away. It should be, if executed, a great play because we're running to the best possible situation that we could by that. So, you know, that's something our kids have confidence in, that all we got to do is just execute. All we got to do is they believe in the play call. They believe in the play. We've ran it a bunch, and they're able to execute and go. And that's motions, shifts, shuffles, anything you can think of, people got to prepare for. You know, we can run it, We can throw screens, make you cover 53 and a third, and then we've got the deep balls in there too that can, you got to cover the deep ball too. So that kind of, it's hard to stop all three.
Speed-wise, how do you all compare, do you think?
I think we're, 1's fast, 6 is fast. They've got some guys that can run too, but I think 9 for us is really fast. Keenan Stewart is a long strider, and he sneaks up on you when he's going. Will Alexander obviously can run. Avery can run. Jakey Tarter's a big long stride kid that you don't think that he's doing something. And then Sage is a guy, if he breaks loose, he's gone. And so I think it's a great matchup speed-wise and doing that.
Jakey getting back into football shape?
He is. That's something been with him. And he's a guy that he doesn't start on our defense. He doesn't play defense. So he's a scout team receiver. And he's their number 1 receiver all week. So he's got to run the whole time doing scout team. Then he gets to come over and be offense for us. So that just kind of goes into our team and what they do for each other. A lot of times, if you're a starter on offense, you don't play scout team for most places. Any place I've ever been, you've not. Here you do. And that gives us the great look.
You've played them 4 times since you've been here. 2 games were close, 2 weren't.
I hope this one ain't.
Well, you know what that means. It means if it's not, then maybe the next one is.
Yeah.
What do you have to do to win?
We got to limit the big play. If you look and you're talking about those numbers that Max DeGrath had and the quarterback, we've got to make them have drive the ball. We can't give them big drives and give them big over-the-top touchdown plays. We've got to score in the red zone. If you look, getting in the red zone and putting the ball in the end zone, and turnovers and field position. Those are going to be big things. Anytime they get close to the 50, they're going for it on 4th down. That's something we've looked at. If they're on their own 45 and it's 4th and 5, they're more than likely going to go for it. And they've got great belief in their defense, just like we do, that they're going to get a stop. So we've got to limit the big play, can't turn the ball over, and finish in the red zone.
Good luck to you.
Hey, thank you. Go Rebels.
That is Justin Haddix, the head coach of the Boyle County Rebels. And again, we've got the action coming your way tomorrow night right here on Z105. Our pregame shows will start a little after 7. Kickoff is set for 7:30 for Boyle County at Lexington Catholic. We're going to talk about the rivalry between these 2 schools when we come back in 3 minutes on the Hometown Radio Network.
It's here. It's new. Filled with the best wide selection of vehicles just for you.
Run at Field, use our battery.
7 acres of pre-owned elite inventory makes them the largest deal maker around.
Run at Field, use our battery.
So come on down to Nicholsville off US 27 to Vince Drive. Then you've arrived at the new
Run at Field, use our battery.
Buy with confidence straight from the factory. Take a virtual tour at
RunAtFieldUseOurBattery.com. ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way. Large enough to serve you, small enough to care. Since 1984. Always on time with our professional team when we show up at your door. Residential and commercial, day or night. ADAHeatingandAir.com does it right. ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
This land is our land, and we'd like to invite you to share 51 years of memories at the annual Forkland Festival, October 14th and 15th. You can see live demonstrations, buy handmade crafts, look at old farm tools, bid at a silent auction, and visit the Lincoln Museum. Take horse-drawn wagon rides and see a classic car show. Hear live music while enjoying our country cooking. At 8 Saturday morning, you can eat a pancake breakfast. Each day ends with a supper drama theater. Join us at the Forkland Festival Friday and Saturday, October 14th and 15th.
Hey, Eddie Montgomery, I'm thinking about starting a new music career, kind of like John Daly. This is my course, na-na-na-na-na, where I was born. I love to play. I shot 2 under yesterday out at Old Bridge.
Mike, hold it. Please stick to golf proing and let me do the singing, okay, brother?
But I'm just so excited about everything we're doing to make Old Bridge better. It's a lot of fun out there, and I want to invite all my friends to come out.
Oh, please, somebody. No. Somebody get me to Old Bridge, because I need a drink. Please.
In Kentucky, we understand what matters.
family, friends, community, but sometimes we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope, and Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more.
To learn more, call Mountain's Garrett Outpatient Behavioral Health Clinic in Lancaster on Richmond Road at 859-719-6321.
A few years ago, Steve Faircow's lungs were failing.
I don't think I had more than a couple weeks to live.
That's when Steve received a lung transplant made possible by an organ donor. Now Steve can do things he never imagined, like climbing 94 floors to the top of a skyscraper.
I never knew that breathing could feel this good. It's an incredible gift.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
And now back to the Rebel Roundup on Z105 WRNZ FM.
And we are back here for the final portion of tonight's Rebel Roundup here at Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. You can call ahead for carryout from the grill, 859-236-1237. Everything is marvelous. Again, call them at 859-236-1237. Almost any kind of sandwich you want. They've got salads, they've got wraps, and a lot more. Hot dogs, grilled cheese, shrimp and fish baskets, 12-inch pizzas, cheese, pepperoni, or sausage. And all the sides are cooked to order. Again, call ahead for carryout at 859-236-1237. Well, this is unofficially the 32nd meeting between these two ball clubs since 1998. Catholic won those two games that year, 44-17 and 28-13. Lexington Catholic wound up losing in the state quarterfinals. Boyle bowed out with its loss to Catholic in the second round. Things changed the next year. Boyle coming up with 2 wins in the regular season and the playoffs. Same thing in 2000. Then they did some shifting around district-wise, class-wise, and so forth. The next time, Catholic had 3 wins in a row. Then Boyle won 6 straight. Then Catholic won 6 out of 7. And coming into 2017, this thing was deadlocked at 11 wins apiece. Since then, Boyle County has won 9 in a row. In 2017, in the regular season, 48-17. In the playoffs, 57-15. Boyle went on to win the state. In 2018, in the regular season, 40-14. Playoffs, they didn't meet that year. Boyle lost in the state semifinals. 2019, regular season, Boyle won 64-28. In the playoffs, Boyle defeated Lexington Catholic 54-7. Boyle wound up as the state runner-up that year. Then Justin Haddix came to town, replacing Chuck Smith. In 2020, regular season, Boyle won 40-0. In the playoffs, shootout. Boyle wins it 49-41, and the Rebels won the state. Last year, 16-10 in the regular season. Boyle County won almost a year to the date. And then in the playoffs, Boyle won 47-13 and went on to win its 2nd straight state title. Lexington Catholic has 2 state championships. Boyle County, 10. We expect a heck of a game tomorrow night. Again, on Hometown Radio tomorrow night. Somerset's at Danville at 7:30 on WHIR FM 103.9. Bell County is at Garrett County at 7:30 on the Golden Lions live stream at hometownlive.net. And Boyle County's at Lexington Catholic, kickoff at 7:30 on Z105. I'll be there along with Rick Schobel and Josh Bertram. Other area games, Lincoln County's at Wayne County, Bourbon County's at Anderson County. That should be a shootout. And Mercer County and Casey County have the night off for their last open date. From this point on, you're playing to see what you're going to do in November. Again, we thank you for being with us tonight. Special thanks to all the folks here at Old Bridge for all they do. And again, call ahead for carryout at 859-236-1237. Again, Boyle County 6-0, Lexington Catholic 5-1. Boyle's ranked second in the state, and Dave Cantrell's rating the state poll in the or rankings in the Herald Leader. Lexington Catholic is 7th statewide according to those rankings. Should be a heck of a night. We invite you to join us. Again, kickoff tomorrow night at 7:30 right here on Z105. We'll be on the air about 7 o'clock. Our thanks to you for being with us this evening. Thanks to head coach Justin Haddix for joining us. And thank you, Robert Wagner, for a marvelous job on studio controls. On behalf of my team, this is Steve Bertram saying thanks for listening and good night from Old Bridge. God bless America. This has been another sports presentation.
This has been the Rebel Roundup at Old Bridge Grill at Old Bridge Golf Course. Join us every Thursday evening at 6 during football season for the Rebel Roundup on Z105, WRNZ FM, and HometownLive.net. The voice of Boyle County Rebels football action all season long. Good night, Rebel fans.
We're radioactive with and bleeding.